You've packed your bags, zipped them tight, passport in hand, and you think you're ready for takeoff. But here's the gut punch. Even the most experienced travelers keep making simple, hidden mistakes that can wreck a trip in minutes. We're not talking about rare disasters. These are everyday slip-ups that get your seat given to someone else, make you pay hundreds in avoidable fees, or leave you stranded while your plane disappears down the runway. The worst part? Most passengers don't even realize they're making these mistakes until the damage is done. So today, we're blowing the lid off the 12 serious airport mistakes you must avoid at all costs, plus 7 flight hacks airlines hope you never find out. Because one tiny change in your pre-flight routine can be the difference between a smooth journey and a travel nightmare. And trust me, you'll want to hear the last one. Error number 1, carrying essential documents in a small pouch. It feels smart, tossing your passport, boarding pass, and cash into a small pouch you can keep close. But here's the truth. No one tells you. That little bag could be the fastest way to lose everything. You're already juggling a backpack and a carry-on. Add a third tiny bag, the one holding your most critical items, and you've just made yourself a prime target. Tiny pouches vanish in seconds. They're hard to notice if dropped, and for thieves, slipping one into a pocket is effortless. Lose your backpack? There's a fair chance someone turns it in. Lose that pouch? It disappears without a trace, and if it has your passport, you're grounded. The smarter move? Keep your essential documents in a secure, zipped pocket pressed against your body. Never hang them loosely on your shoulder or in an easily detachable pouch. Because in the airport, a $20 bag can cost you a $2,000 vacation. And that's just the first rookie mistake. The next one, it can get your seat given away before you even reach the gate. Error number 2, skipping online check-in. It starts with a casual thought, I'll check in when I get to the airport. But that single decision could be the reason you're watching your plane take off without you. Here's the unfiltered truth. Airlines overbook flights all the time. And if you haven't checked in online, you're the easiest person for them to bump. No boarding status, no seat claim, just a name that can be replaced with another passenger who has checked in. Online check-in isn't just a formality. It's your proof of commitment to the flight, locking you into the system, giving you better seat options, earlier boarding, and sometimes even surprise perks. If you're traveling light, online check-in lets you skip the check-in counter entirely. You can breeze through the terminal while others are stuck in lines praying they won't miss boarding. Skip it, and you're basically saying to the airline, if you need to give my seat away, go ahead. And if you think that's bad, wait until you hear the next mistake. It could cost you hundreds before you even reach the gate. Error number 3, overpacking and going overweight. Picture this. You lift your suitcase onto the scale, confident it's fine, until the agent's smile fades. 2 pounds overweight. Now you've got 2 choices and both are painful. Pay the overweight fee, often more expensive than upgrading your seat, or start unpacking in public, pulling out shirts, toiletries, and yes, maybe even underwear, while strangers look on. Here's the part that stings. Most of that extra weight is 100% avoidable. Full-size shampoo, shaving gel, and deodorant, that's nearly 2.5 pounds right there. And buying them at your destination often costs 3 times less than paying that fee. The fix is easy. Weigh your bag at home with a cheap luggage scale, pack travel-size toiletries, or buy them after arrival. Because there's nothing glamorous about paying $100 for a few extra ounces of soap, or becoming the person repacking on the airport floor. And if you think discomfort stops at the counter, wait until you find out where the wrong seat choice can trap you for hours. Error number 4, choosing the wrong seat. You finally board, stow your bag, and slide into your seat, only to realize you're wedged next to the bathroom. 7 hours of constant foot traffic, the smell, no legroom, no charging port. Welcome to your in-flight nightmare. The worst part? You could have avoided it in 5 minutes. Most passengers don't realize seat maps are public. Sites like Seat Guru tell you everything. Which seats don't recline, which have extra legroom, and which ones are cursed with endless noise from the galley or restroom. Spending a few minutes checking reviews and layouts before clicking confirm can mean the difference between a quiet, comfortable flight or misery in row 31. Airfare is already expensive. Don't pay to suffer. Because once the doors close, you're stuck until touchdown, no matter how much you regret that seat choice. And while a bad seat can make your flight uncomfortable, the next mistake can make your entire trip harder before you even leave the terminal. Error number 5, wrapping luggage in plastic. From a distance, it looks smart, wrapping your suitcase in layers of cling film so no one can tamper with it. Shiny, tight, protected. But in reality, you've just made a $20 trap for yourself. Imagine this. You get to the counter and realize your passport is inside the bag. The only way to get it out? Rip through that plastic fortress with your keys, a pen, or your bare hands, while the line behind you watches. It's not just embarrassing, it's wasteful, bad for the environment, and a headache for airport staff. If security needs to inspect your bag, they'll have to cut it open anyway. Here's the smarter alternative. Use a TSA-approved lock. Keeps your bag secure, yet accessible for inspections. Invest in a reusable luggage cover. Protects from scratches without creating a plastic mess. Because nothing says rookie traveler like wrestling with a giant roll of kitchen wrap in the middle of the terminal. And if you think wasting time at check-in is bad, the next mistake can cost you even more time. And it's one almost everyone makes without realizing. Error number 6, joining the first security checkpoint line. You pass passport control, spot the first security checkpoint, and head straight for it. After all, everyone else is lining up there, so it must be the only option, right? Wrong. Here's the secret. In many airports, the last security lanes are often nearly empty. Walk just 50 feet farther, and you could skip 20 minutes of standing in a noisy, crowded line. So why doesn't anyone do it? Fatigue, habit, and herd mentality. Travelers assume the first lane is the fastest simply because it's the first one they see. But the truth is, smart travelers know to scan the area, or simply ask an airport staff member before committing to a line. Those few extra steps can mean more time to relax at your gate, grab a snack, or just breathe before boarding. And if you think a long security line is frustrating, wait until you hear the next mistake. It's the fastest way to lose your expensive cosmetics and toiletries in seconds. Error number 7, forgetting the liquid rule. We all know the rule. Liquids must be 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, or less, stored in a clear, resealable bag. Yet every single day, security bins fill up with expensive perfumes, skincare, and full-size shampoo bottles from passengers who forgot, or thought they could sneak them through. Here's the part that catches people off guard. Even if your bottle is half empty, if the container is larger than allowed, it's gone. Security doesn't care how much is inside, right? They go by the size printed on the bottle. That $60 face cream? Gone. That luxury perfume you bought for the trip? Gone. The fix is simple. Transfer everything into travel-size bottles before your trip. Keep them all in a transparent bag. Do one last check before leaving home. It's faster at security, it saves your wallet, and you won't start your vacation mourning your lost toiletries. And if losing expensive products hurts, the next mistake might cost you something even worse. Your flight. Error number 8, getting lost in duty-free shops. You clear security, breathe a sigh of relief, and then it hits you. The glittering lights, the rows of perfume, the gourmet chocolates, the neatly stacked liquor bottles, the duty-free zone. It feels harmless. I've got time, you think, as you wander past display after display. But here's the secret. These areas are designed to keep you inside. Wide aisles, endless products, and no clear sightline to the gate. It's all intentional. Some duty-free zones are so big you couldn't explore them all in 2 hours even if you tried. And while you're distracted, time slips away. Boarding calls get missed, and suddenly, that $20 souvenir you bought comes with a $200 rebooking fee because your plane left without you. The fix? Set an alarm on your phone for boarding time. Keep your gate number in mind, and in sight, if possible. Treat duty-free like a quick stop, not a sightseeing tour, because nothing's worse than starting your vacation with a night in the airport hotel. And if losing track of time is dangerous, the next mistake is risky on a whole new level. It can turn your stomach into a ticking time bomb before you even take off. Error number 9, eating unfamiliar foods. Before boarding, it always starts the same way. You're at the airport feeling adventurous. Why not try something new before the flight? Maybe a spicy curry, a greasy burger, or an exotic dish you've never heard of. But here's the trap. Your stomach doesn't know how it will react, and a cramped airplane cabin is the worst place to find out. At cruising altitude, air pressure drops, and the gas in your stomach expands. Translation: bloating, indigestion, nausea, and hours of discomfort with no escape. Even normally, safe meals can turn on you if they're too salty, greasy, or spiced in ways your body isn't used to. The safer move: stick to familiar foods before boarding, or choose items that fight bloating: turmeric, potatoes, pineapple. Your stomach and your seatmates will thank you. And while food mistakes can ruin your comfort, the next mistake can ruin your entire in-flight experience before you even realize it's happening. Error number 10: booking flights at turbulence-prone times. For some, turbulence is just a gentle shake. For others, it's hours of stomach flips, sweaty palms, and gripping the armrest like your life depends on it. If you're sensitive to turbulence, the time you fly matters more than you think. The smoothest flights? Usually in winter, early morning, or late at night. Here's why. Turbulence is often caused by thermal air parcels, rising pockets of warm air created when the sun heats the Earth's surface. Less sun means fewer air pockets, which means calmer skies. Booking your flight during these calmer hours won't guarantee a bump-free ride, but it can make the difference between a steady cruise and a roller coaster at 30,000 feet. So, skip the midday departures if you can. Your stomach and your nerves will thank you. And speaking of discomfort, the next mistake is invisible but everywhere. And it's crawling with germs you've probably touched without even realizing. Error number 11: ignoring germ. Hotspots airports are germ playgrounds, but here's the twist. The dirtiest thing you'll touch isn't the toilet, the seatbelt, or even the armrest. It's the plastic trays at security. Think about it. Every single traveler dumps their shoes, belts, phones, and random belongings into those trays. Studies have found they carry more bacteria than a public restroom. And it doesn't stop there. Airplane tray tables and seat back pockets are just as bad. People eat off them, sneeze on them, and yes, even change diapers on them. The fix is ridiculously easy. Keep a pack of antibacterial wipes in your carry-on, non-negotiable. Wipe down the security tray before placing your belongings. Once on the plane, clean your tray table and avoid stuffing personal items into the seat back pocket. It takes seconds, but it can save your entire trip from being spent in bed with a fever. And if germs don't ground you, the next mistake might, because it messes with your body clock before you even land. Error number 12: neglecting jet lag. Prevention. Jet lag isn't rare. It hits 93% of travelers, yet most people just accept it as part of flying. They land exhausted, spend the first 2 days wide awake at 3 a.m., and wander around like zombies. But beating jet lag starts before you even touch down. Change your watch to destination time while still on the plane. This starts tricking your brain early. Split your sleep. Nap for half the flight, then stay awake the rest so your body starts adjusting in stages. Hydrate like it's your job. Airplane cabins are incredibly dry, which makes jet lag worse. Snack on water-rich foods like cucumbers, watermelon, or strawberries. You don't go on vacation to spend the first 2 days fighting your own body clock. Arrive ready to explore, not recover. And here's something even more urgent, because in 2025, TSA has just banned 7 everyday items most passengers still pack without thinking. Get caught with any of them, and you could face delays, confiscation, or even miss your flight entirely. Up next, TSA just banned these 7 everyday items in 2025, huge airport mistake to avoid before boarding. Trust me, you'll want to know what's on that list before you start packing.